What's going on, everyone? I'm AB Sports, and I am back for the finale of the top 100 NFL players heading into the 2021 season. Today will be the top 10. Let's get into it. Number 10, Davante Adams, wide receiver for the Packers. I have him as the third highest wide receiver in the NFL. He is fantastic at route running. I think that's the best thing about him. The way that he can juke a corner and just get open, especially in the red zone. Adams is probably the best red zone threat at wide receiver in the NFL. The only reason I have him at third among wide receivers is because he's only had one quarterback that he's put up good numbers with his whole career. He's always had Aaron Rodgers. The other two wide receivers I have above him have put up really good numbers with more than one quarterback, and that quarterback also wasn't always elite. Number 9, Travis Kelce. Kelce is always open over the middle for Mahomes. Always. And I talked about Adams being a red zone threat. Kelce might even be a bigger one. The things the Chiefs are able to do on offense, because teams are so afraid of Kelce, are immense. Tyreek Hill can get open on the outside. Clyde has open running lanes. Other guys like McCole Hardman can come across on drag routes. People double team Kelce, and Kelce still catches 10 passes a game. Number 8, Myles Garrett. I'm surprised Myles Garrett hasn't won a Defensive Player of the Year yet. When he came out of college in 2017, I thought he was an unbelievable player, but I didn't even know if I expected him to be this good. Garrett averages almost a sack a game. And I know sacks don't tell the whole story, but that is ridiculous type production, because usually the guys that lead the NFL in sacks are somewhere around 15 or 16 every year. Aaron Donald, unfortunately, kind of has a monopoly on Defensive Player of the Year awards right now. But if Garrett and the Browns are as good as I think they're going to be next year, Garrett should be the top favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. Number 7, Tyreek Hill, the Cheetah. I have never seen a wide receiver as fast as Tyreek Hill with the ball in his hands. You can have John Ross with his 40 time and all that stuff, but when the ball is in Tyreek Hill's hands, or when he's running a route past a corner down the sideline, there's no one faster than him. No one can keep up with him. And he's not just fast. There's a lot of guys, Will Fuller, John Ross, they're just fast and can't catch as well. Hill makes miraculous catches. He can jump like 6 feet off the ground to make catches. Mahomes puts the ball where he knows only Hill can grab it. There's a play to tie the game against the Chargers last year where Mahomes just rolls right and falling over, throws the ball 50 yards down the field, and Hill catches it diving into the end zone. Only those two guys in the NFL could do that. That's why Hill's up here at 7 and Mahomes is yet to be named. Number 6, DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. I know that might be a hot take, but it's because of what he has done with so many different quarterbacks. Hopkins played with 5 or 6 different quarterbacks in Houston before Deshaun Watson. Tom Savage, Matt Shaw, Brian Hoyer, Brock Osweiler, all these guys who are out of the league now. But Hopkins still put up numbers with them and made great catches. He's had Watson and Kyler Murray in the last few years and really shown how good he can be with an elite quarterback. But some of his plays, like the Hail Murray, he is single-handedly winning games for his team. Him being traded for a second-round pick in David Johnson might be the biggest steal in a trade in NFL history. And I think if the Cardinals are going to make the playoffs this year, it's going to be because of the Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins connection. Number 5, TJ Watt. Should have won Defensive Player of the Year in 2019. Also, I would have given it to him in 2020. Each of the last 2 years, he's led the league in pressures and been right up there in sacks. He's just a difference maker. He reminds me a lot of JJ Watt in terms of his pass rushing skills and their the way they can bull rush but also do swim moves and get around guys. But Watt is an all-around defender, playmaker that just wrecks defenses. The Steelers' run defense last year was out of this world, and Cam Hayward, who we saw in the 70s, had a lot to do with that, but Watt had more. Like I was talking about with Garrett, I'm shocked that Watt and Garrett, neither of them have a Defensive Player of the Year award yet, but both of them should be very much in the conversation this year. Number 4, Tom Brady, a player who I did not think he had it anymore. I thought when he ended in New England and the Patriots lost to Miami with Fitzpatrick and then lost to the Titans in the playoffs, and he threw all those interceptions in that last game as a Patriot. I thought he was done, but he came back and he played on torn MCL the entire season and led the Bucs all the way to a Super Bowl victory. And while leading the Bucs to that Super Bowl win, beat Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and the real GOAT, Taylor Heineke, in the playoffs. Brady does things I can't understand. He just turned 44 years old, but I cannot deny that he's a top 4 player in the NFL. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers, the reigning league MVP. There's been a lot of drama with Rodgers and the Packers this offseason. It looks like he's coming back for at least one more year. Then I'm not sure what he's going to do, go to Denver, go host Jeopardy, but sort of like what I was saying with Deshaun Watson with a lot of off-the-field problems, just on the field, Rodgers is amazing. A common thread I think about when I'm talking about these guys in the top 10, top 5 is they do things that nobody else can do. Rodgers in the clutch is unbelievable. If you're ever trailing in the fourth quarter and you need a field goal or a touchdown, he's going to get it for you. He also has the best deep ball in the NFL. The way he can step back and launch those Hail Marys. I feel like every time I've seen a Hail Mary in the time I've been watching football, it's been successful. It's been Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. He has such a good connection with Adams. He's not the best to get along with, it doesn't sound like from what I hear, but as long as he's in the green and gold, the Packers will be in the running for the Super Bowl and most likely end up in the NFC Championship. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. I put this picture in here on purpose. This is one of his throws from the Super Bowl. He's literally horizontal to the ground, and he gets this pass off from the 20-yard line all the way to the end zone, and it hit Darrell Williams in the face mask. The only thing stopping Mahomes from being back-to-back Super Bowl champions at age 25 is a backup offensive line. Injuries to all his starting offensive linemen against a Tampa defense that really came to play that day. I don't think Mahomes would be as great as he is if he didn't have Andy Reid and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, but the things he can do, no one else can do. Behind the back passes, left-handed passes, no-look passes, running around, scrambling, throwing like this. Patrick Mahomes is the future of the NFL. But unfortunately, right now, I do not think he is the top player. That title belongs to Aaron Donald. 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in the last 4 years. The most disruptive defender I have ever seen. Wrecks the run game, wrecks the passing game. He's been 99 rating in Madden 6 years in a row. I just think he's the best player in the NFL. I think that quarterbacks are so important, so important. That's why I have Brady, Rodgers, and Mahomes in the top 4. But I just can't put any of them above Donald because the separation between him and everyone else at his position, even everyone else on defense, is so much larger than the separation between Mahomes, Rodgers, and Brady. The Rams defensive coordinators keep getting hired to get new coaching jobs, and they don't necessarily do as well. Other Rams pass rushers that put up a bunch of sacks get contracts elsewhere and don't do anything because it is all Donald. Donald is the Rams defense. Ramsey's great on the outside, but he's sort of new to LA. Donald's been doing it since 2014. That was the top 10. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.